But it was basically a post of this shorty saying that her boyfriend whatever wanted to marry her, but he was like, yo, before we get married, you got to remove your baby daddy's tattoo off your like name off your ass, because she had a tattoo on her butt cheeks or whatever. And she was like, no, she wouldn't do that because her baby daddy gave her great the greatest gift, their child or whatever, and it had sentimental value, so she wouldn't remove it. So he broke up with her.
What?
Said we good. How I feel about that?
So both of these niggas are done.
Y'all need that gun?
One, no.
Mm.
If his name being on your ass is a problem, I don't even get to the engagement stage. You got engaged, and now you telling her before we get married, you got to get it removed. You're weird. This is weird. So that's on his side. Devil's advocate. You goofy, stupid bitch. The tattoo doesn't have sentimental values. And if you're talking about your son, he's right there. He's right there. What is the tattoo? Nobody sees the tattoo except me, you, and the nigga you cheating with, right?
And probably your baby daddy. That's why you want to keep it.
He's seen it, or maybe he's seen like. Now, if you tell me I don't want to remove it because that shit hurt, all right, that makes sense. It hurt putting it on. It gotta hurt taking it off. But to tell me the ass tat has sentimental value, you're disrespecting me in my face.
Agree. Corey?
My ignorance, and I'm okay speaking from this point. It's the hill I'll die on. I'm okay with it. In a situation where we become exclusive, or we already exclusive and we're trying to make it into something more than what it already is, right? Like I'm showing you my love and you're showing me yours, and I'm like, I want to cement this shit. Let's get married, right? But I've always wanted to get married, and I've always wanted to ask you this question. But out of respect, I never really said anything. And I don't know. For whatever reason, my mind worked it to where this is the best opportunity for me to ask you this question so I can go ahead and move forward with you. Can you remove your baby daddy's tattoo from your ass? Like, it's always bothered me. That's how I'm thinking the situation went. And
that makes sense, actually, Corey. Because it's a man can't feel, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I just want to add on to what you're saying. Cool. A man can feel like maybe I don't have a right to ask you to remove that. But now that I'm trying to make you I'm trying to make this shit forever, and you know what I'm saying, give you my last name, like, now I feel like I have the right to ask for shit.
Right. And you knowing her is essentially what gave you that apprehension in the first place, knowing she may not have received it or gave you the response that you were looking for. So you waited for this moment. You did it. You didn't get what you was looking for. She told you some other shit that you really don't want to know, that the tattoo on the ass has sentimental value. I come from the feeling of, if we're supposed to be exclusive and make one another feel the most valuable to each other, like your significant other is supposed to make you feel special and vice versa. And if there's anything that you're doing or not willing to do that's not, I say, harmful to you or harmful to me, and it doesn't, if you're doing something that's not going to let me feel like the man that I should feel in this relationship, like there's no way I can feel like the man, like I'm your man, when you're okay with having this nigga's tattoo on your ass because of sentimental value and the son that you already have with somebody else. So there's always a doorway in my, like how I would feel, there's always a point to where this nigga could come back and do something. You could go do something with this nigga, or I'm always going to be in comparison with this nigga, or always have to deal with the fact that that's not my child. It's just that weird stigma that's there. So if you're not doing everything possible to make me feel like I am the provider in this situation, I'm the man in this situation, I'm the new father figure in this situation, something that minimal will make a nigga like me walk away. So I understand and I agree with homie. Like, you're not going to make me feel less than so you can feel good about a fucking like a tattoo that should have no value to you at all at this point. Our relationship should mean more than that if you really gave a fuck about me like that. That's how I feel.
And I can meet her in the middle. You don't have to remove it. Can we cover it up?
No, and that's what I mean too. I don't know if he wanted it removed or if he wanted it covered up, because I actually like the cover up more than remove.
It's crazy. It's like 4 or 5 sessions. Yeah, making love to my wife. I'm different. I'm one of them humans where whatever is in your past, tattoos include. Like if I got to this, and let me clean this up. Where I'm different is, if it bothers me, we're going to talk about it before. Like, I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to feel like I have to leverage our marriage to say what I really want to say. I'm going to tell you, if the tattoo bothers me, the first time we go there and I see it and then we get exclusive, I'm going to be like, yo, whatever bothers me, I'm gonna just say it bothers me. The only thing that says they're giving her mixed signals is in her mind, we've been together 3 years. You've seen a tattoo for 3 years. And now that we're getting married, you want me to remove it. You should have, that couple should have been had the tattoo conversation. He shouldn't have waited 3 years to be like, yo, this bothers me. And I agree with Corey. Like, if all I'm asking you to do is cover up this nigga tattoo, this is a layup. This is a layup. Like, oh, all right, let's get it covered. I'll even pay for it if it was bothering me. But telling me that the tattoo has sentimental values because he gave you y'all's son, that doesn't make sense because your son is here. Now, it just doesn't make sense.
What you mean is
it doesn't make sense. I don't go
mean to say is you still love that nigga. That's what you mean to say. Is you still love that nigga.
Or it was the best sex of your life, or it's something, because even if the tattoo, unless I do have a caveat, unless that nigga's dead. That could be
dead.
Different.
I still don't care.
That could be different.
That could be different. I would in that case, if he's dead, I would say move the tattoo. Get this one covered up, get his name somewhere else.
Because my ego won't allow you to rewrite his name fresh on another part of your body. And I guess the problem is it being on the ass is also like a thing in a nigga's head. A lot of this shit is no ego.
Of course.
A lot of this shit is no ego.
Yo, I'm speaking from the privileged position of saying I found somebody that compromised with me down the middle. And
so you asked Vanessa
60-40 my end. I had to compromise less than she did. You feel me?
So you'd ask Vanessa Bryant to remove the black mamba off her right cheek.
That's different though. It is. It is.
It's not just her baby daddy, right?
Kobe's not me and you or Jarrell down the street. That's Kobe, nigga. You love Kobe just as much as she does. It's different.
How we should treat him?
Who? Jarrell? Or who? Yeah. The dead nigga?
Both. Kobe.
You told me. Kobe, nigga.
But see, you wouldn't even spend $1,000 to hang out with Kobe.
That's different. I'm not spending $1,000 to hang out with anybody. Like, that's facts.
Right. So we're treating all of these humans as if they're humans. You're not treating like a celebrity.
But I've stopped everything I had to do or planned around the day to see Kobe play. I've never planned anything around your baby daddy doing anything. Jarrell, I don't care.
You just don't know it. We got to leave at 6. Jarrell coming at 5:15 to pick up.
That matters though. I don't know. So being left in the dark in a situation like that, you can't control what you don't control. So that's fine. I didn't know it.